Where you at, Berto?
What women actually find attractive about black men. Where you at, family? Let's get right into the video and see what are the secrets that make the melanin skin get the women, you know what I'm saying, get them panties a little soaked. Let's get right into it, bro. What is wrong with me? I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to be streaming tonight. We are back with the streams. Where you at, family? Link to that be in the description on Twitch. I might even spark it up on YouTube, but make sure you type it to Twitch so you never miss a live stream. Come on, y'all. Let's get right into it and see what it do.
Last year, women from different races were told to pick which black man they thought was the most attractive, and it sparked a lot of controversy and disbelief among black men when the women chose Melberry Badejo over Michael B. Jordan. This actually never happened, but a lot of men, even outside our race, would be very surprised to find that a large majority of women from around the world would, and even do, find Melberry Badejo extremely attractive. What we fail to grasp is how women would find the man who uses makeup, dyes his eyebrows and eyelashes, and uses colored contour.
Hold on, nigga using makeup? I don't know if I can co-sign that, gang. I'm not co-signing that, but hey, maybe it's not what I think. This is what the ladies think, right?
Tax to even be considered attractive and not zesty. But the problem we make as men is thinking that masculinity is equal to attractiveness. And this is because of our cultural upbringing and how we are perceived by society. When in reality, most of the men women have been simping on for the past few years have somewhat been feminine looking. They all had these softer, feminized features. Now you might be thinking, well, that's just because they're all celebrities. And you might be right. But what about black MMA fighters like John Jones? They're also popular and make a lot of money, and yet they don't receive as much attention from women as the other men do. So do you need to get colored contacts and start applying makeup? No, you don't need to do any of that.
I could tell
you just need to work on the features that are
I feel like, yeah, women want masculine traits out of a man 100%, because I don't think, for the most part, women want a nigga that acts like a hoe, right? But I do believe a man that can tap into his, you know, feminine traits and show that diversity where it's just like they're not just trying to be this macho alpha try hard type ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? I think a woman could always appreciate that. So, you know, I think that's why personality and you having your own uniqueness and you being yourself is so important as being a real man, honestly.
The most attractive and improve more of that, and less of the ones that make you less attractive. In this video, we're going to talk a bit about what women actually find attractive about black men and how you can use this to your advantage. Let's begin. I've seen a lot of men who are fairly good looking completely reduce their attractiveness by trying to follow advice from incels and look more intimidating.
Yeah, we don't follow advice from Mr. Myron Gaines. I mean, just look at him. What about this nigga would ever make you think I need to take advice from this individual right here? Like, are we being honest? Like, aren't we being honest? What are we talking about, gang?
So what they would do is grow a bit scruffy beard, let their hair go bald, and become extremely big and bulky, and begin to wonder why they don't get any women. Well, the reason is because they now appeal more to the male gaze rather than the female gaze. Regardless of what you've been told by the red pill community, hypermasculine men tend to be considered more aggressive and dangerous by women. Not just to other men in society, but to them and their future kids. And this signals a trade-off that women have to consider before going into a relationship with them. While for hyperfeminine men, even though the looks might give you an advantage, you also come off as too weak to protect and too compliant in pressure situations.
So somewhere right in the middle. That's what they, you know, that's a very popular saying. The truth always lies somewhere in the middle.
In most cases, though, women are looking for a balance. Not too masculine that you would be unfaithful and dangerous, and not too feminine that you would be unable to protect your woman and kids. For example, look at the man in this image. He clearly has a weak jawline. He's light-skinned and has a rounder face and eyes, which are all considered feminine features. And so a heavier beard and darker eyebrows do suits him more than it would suit other black men. So from this part of the video going forward, we'll look at the traits that add and take away from your facial attractiveness.
Yo, real quick, if you like making money, I need you to watch this part of the video. If you don't like making money, then go ahead and skip it, but that really should be none of y'all. I know you guys have been seeing me promote this new app called Free Cash, and the big talk of the town is
Is this a scam, Berto? What is this?
well, look at this guy, and this guy, All people from our community that are making money through the free Cash App. The link is in the description. Even one person from my boy Astro Dior's community made $1,000 using the free Cash App. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you can make free money while playing games on your phone. But let me break this down in a very clear way for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. When you sign up for free cash using the link in my description, once you're in, you're gonna see a list of games pop up. You download them, you play them, you beat the levels, get to the certain requirements that they tell you to hit. And once you get there, you're gonna get some credits sent to your account. Every single time you hit the requirements, you get paid real money. And they make the process so easy that you can cash out that money into your PayPal or even gift cards. And yes, it is completely free to use. Now there are some options where you can spend a little cheese to get through the level faster, but you don't need to do that. The reason why this is even possible is because these games are trying to get new players onto their platform. So they pay free cash to pay you to get people to play the game. Now, I know I showed you a crazy example of somebody making up to $1,000, which it's possible, but realistically, it might take some time. This is just an easy way you can make an extra 10, maybe 20 bucks, just doing something that you guys probably do for free anyway. So if you're gonna be bullshitting on your phone playing games, why not get paid? So if you've been on the fence, this is your sign. Click the link in my description and try out a few games. And when you make your money, take a screenshot and send it to me, bro, because I want to see y'all make that cheese. Because if I'm winning, I want to make sure y'all winning too. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Link in the description, and you're gonna get a $5 bonus using my shit. Now let's get right back to the video. Where you at, family?
One of the most important indicators of masculinity are those related to the overall size and shape of the face, such as the jawline. In a study titled Geometric Morphometric of the Male Face in relation to physical strength and perceived attractiveness, dominance, and masculinity, the researchers found that women rated faces with a prominent jaw as more masculine and dominant, but not necessarily as more attractive. Instead, the faces rated as highly attractive belong to men with a different jaw structure, one that's wider and narrower. This suggests that while an extremely powerful and wide jaw signals raw strength and dominance, a more refined, sculpted, and balanced jawline is often what women find aesthetically pleasing. To enhance definition, focus on reducing overall body fat through a caloric deficit and cardio. To build the underlying musculature, incorporate exercises that target the jaw and neck, like chin tucks and neck curls. This is the best example.
I've never done that. Hence, I don't think my jawline is like the greatest. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have a bad jawline, but I don't know. I guess I was just about to say, if you're thinking this deep about your fucking jawline, I'm low-key judging you. But you know what? I'm not mad at it. If you want to do some neck curls and head curls and some shit to enhance your jawline, cool. As long as you're not doing like going out of body and listening to these like guys talking about getting jaw surgery and some more shit. It's like, all right, bro, you're focusing too much on the wrong things. But I digress. I'm hearing it out.
Example as to why masculinity doesn't always equal attractiveness. Because while baldness is masculine and bald black men are seen as hyper masculine, it's not a universal attractor. In fact, a 2018 study showed that hair quality is a stronger indicator of health and attractiveness than mere hairline or style. And the raters in the study showed that thinning hair is better than no hair, and more hair is better than thinning hair. So while you can still try to work on other aspects of your face,
I don't know if I agree with that. Thinning hair is better than no hair? Nah, some of y'all need to cut that shit. Some of y'all be holding on to dear life. Just go ahead and go bald, gang. Or go to Turkey or some shit.
To reduce that hyper masculine appearance, getting a hair transplant or even getting early treatment.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Or even getting early treatment before it gets, or even getting an appearance. Getting a hair.
Just let it go, bro. Just let it go. This is crazy. Now, again, I guess if the hair transplant could get you back to this, then I mean, I guess you're winning. But if you're walking around like this, gang, go ahead and just cut it off, G.
Hell no.
Like, whoa, what are we doing?
Transplant or even getting early treatment before it gets worse is a better option. Some chemicals like minoxidil have gained lots of attention online for helping combat hair loss. You can find it together with a dermastamp at your local drugstore, or if you'd like to get it from us, there's a link in the first comment. Imagine you have a volume knob for two different things on a man's face. The bone structure volume. This is how strong and defined his jaw and brow are. The facial hair volume. This is whether he has no hair, a little bit, or a lot. Researchers wanted to know how these two volume knobs work together to make a face look attractive. When a man has no facial hair at all, the bone structure is very easy to see. If the bone structure is turned up too high, very strong and extreme, it can look a bit harsh. If the bone structure is turned too low, very soft and not defined, it can look a bit weak. The study found that most people think a face is most attractive when the bone structure is somewhere in the middle, not too high and not too low. When there's no beard, it's easiest to see if a face is at one of these extremes. So how does facial hair help? Adding facial hair, like stubble or a beard, is like putting a filter on the picture. It doesn't change the bone structure, but it softens how we see it. For a face with very strong bones, a beard can make it look a little less harsh and more balanced. For a face with softer bones, a beard can add some structure and definition. So facial hair helps to balance out faces that are at the very high or very low end of the bone structure scale, making them look better. Finally, the researcher discovered that the type of relationship matters. For a short-term relationship, having a beard didn't make a big difference in how attractive someone was. But for a long-term relationship, a beard actually made a man seem more attractive. Think of it like this.
Like who's going out and making these studies? These are so specific.
A beard can make a man look more mature, responsible, and like he would be a good, steady partner for a long time, which is a quality women often look for in a long-term relationship. This is the average black man's dream physique, but this physique is mostly attractive to other men and gym girls. A large population of women would prefer a leaner and athletic physique, like, for instance, Marlon's or Michael B. Jordan and Creed's physique, which involves having a wider back, broader shoulders, slim waist, big arms, and a strong neck. And don't forget the legs. We made it easier for you by creating a free workout plan that helps you achieve this type of physique.
Word, y'all go check that out if you want. You know, I'm gonna leave the link to the original video in the description. But I kind of sat back and I learned a couple of new things. While I don't think I disagreed with anything, you know, again, it's all about finding your swag. Like me personally, like I told y'all, I don't have the craziest, most defined jawline. I grew out my beard. I felt like that enhanced my looks. A lot of women have given me compliments and said that they like my beard. So, you know, I stick with the look with the beard. So find your swag, find what works for you. And if you're going bald, chop that shit off. Or go to turkey, man. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? I'll see you on the next one. Hit the link in the description. Join the Twitch streams so you never miss a live stream. Let's do it.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.